Alright, Muria Zimbabwe. Welcome back Pachirongwa Chedu on our program, the Zimbabwe Update, evening edition, every day na 7 p.m. So, here you know what we'll be discussing, everything Chachitikam Zimbabwe Nasi and around the region and the globe. So this is a very, very important program. I'm often now make a show every day na 7 Moripanap. So, Musoro Nyaya Nas, we are talking about the final meeting to remove ED. So, these are developments, latest developments are critical right now within Zimbabwean military institution because of the Cape 3. So, a lot might think it is over, but it is not over yet. So let's get into this story. So news dashika pa news desk dziri kutiudza isusu kuti pane meeting yaitwa within the military and Mnangagwa was the main topic, but tisati tapinda mune iyoyo, let's get into nyaya ziyambi ziyambi and what ziyambi is doing and saying. So vanhu veZANU-PF right now vari kumahwani vari kuvhunduka zvisingambobviri, mhuri yeZimbabwe vari kuvhunduka zvisingambobviri. So let's get into nyaya ziyambi and it, so that we can see what's happening in Zimbabwe. So we got Vure Twitter. So as posted panapo kanzi nyika so pakutaugwa nyaya yemusi wa31 July. Ani muri kuona 31 July iri pamuromo yevanhu veZANU-PF. So apapa ari kuataka Douglas Monzora, ari kuataka Love Maduku nemamwe maleaders ema-political parties muZimbabwe, ma-opposition political parties. Kunzi vana Douglas Monzora political party yake inenge isina kana 1 MP muparliamendi chichi. But anyway, let's finish this. Ya anga ari kutipa isusu a clue yekuti who is going to become the next president according to the plans of the Mnangagwa cabal. Now let's get into it. Uyo.
I want you to understand.
How do you understand it? This is what's happening in Zimbabwe as of right now. I
want you to understand the world we are in now has taken these to mean, oh, it's going to be the next president of this country. I think it's going to be a woman. And it's wonderful. I respect women leaders and all that. I respect. And look at what is happening in Namibia. The force, now they have found oil. Oh my God. Under a woman's leadership. Now things are moving for Namibia. That's a woman in control. I want you to understand the world we are in now has taken these to mean, oh, it's going to be the next president of this.
We are being prepared slowly but surely. So, we are being prepared slowly but surely for what? For a woman president. So, Zimbabwe, you see, Zimbabwe, sema jokes. First, wakomana vanouya sezvizvi vachikupa news, vanenge vachida kuona kuti imimi, how do you take it as Zimbabweans? How are you taking nyaya kuti we are going to have a woman president? But you see how they package this whole thing and sell it to us. Vari package vachita senge it's a woman president, but in reality it's just a dynasty, because apanga Mnangagwa popinda auxilia, same husband and wife, it's the same family ruling, and then after that what? So what would be the best way yokuita chinhu? The best way yokuita chinhu kana uchitaura zvema woman president, ngakuuye maybe umwe mukadzi ari kutobvawo samwe watisiri kuziva, chipei somebody kwete kwanzi chozonzwa chiri kutendera mufamily chava sexually transmitted. Zimbabwe. Anyway, let's go from that story to the story inonzwisa tsitsi iri kuitika kuChinhoyi, and that's Newsday. So 4 miners die, one still trapped after Chinhoyi mine shaft collapse. Muri kuona imimi. Anzi, in Dejanas, 19 July, 4 miners have died and another remains trapped after a mine shaft collapsed at Rowdy Boys 4 mine in Illinois. The police has confirmed the collapse occurred on July 16. So, yet only 3 days, 4 days, yaitika. 8 miners were working about 100 meters underground. And far as 100 meters uchidzika. Police said 4 miners escaped unhurt while the remaining 4 were trapped beneath the rubble. Rescue teams have so far recovered the bodies of 3 miners while 1 miner remains trapped as search and recovery operations continue. The ZRP said in a statement, the police said officers are working with officials from the Ministry of Mines and Mining Development and other authorities to recover the remaining miner. Investigations into the cause of the collapse are underway. The identities of the deceased have not yet been released, pending notification of their next of kin. The accident is the latest in a string of fatal mining incidents in Zimbabwe, where safety concerns, particularly at small scale and artisanal mining operations, continue to result in frequent fatalities. So this is bad because, you know, when my bosses panenge achida mari kureva kuti vari kuona mamines, they want money, they want to make money, and sometimes vanogona kungopinza vanhu without proper gear, without, you know, the proper studies that needs to be done, the proper mining methods that needs to be done. It's just go dig out the cash. So at least let's take people's lives seriously. Now, Zimbabwe, triple local news, social and economic news, papa. Let's get to Herald. The government of Zimbabwe, vanenge vachitipa propaganda yekuti chi, or maybe it's propaganda. So anyway, tikutaura Dr. John Mushayavanhu vari kutaura pamusoro pe kuti muZimbabwe kuti pachazosvika pakushandisa zig chete chiche chaitika. So the transition to the exclusive use of Zimbabwe Gold ZIG for settling all domestic transitions will be a gradual process anchored in macroeconomic stability. As such, the transition is not debt-based but is dependent on the achievement of the conditions precedent. CPs. Right, so this is important, Zimbabwe. Vari kuti vamangu vaJohn Mushayavanhu vari kuti ivo hatisi kuzongomhanya kushandisa kutobvisa US dollar, tichange tichitevera maconditions, kana maconditions akubvumira ndo patotanga kushandisa zig chete. So now let's talk a bit, tisina propaganda the opposition, tisina propaganda the ZANU-PF. Let's talk about the zig and how it's doing. Alright, so for a long time we know Zimbabweans have lost faith in their currency, and it is so Chunchakata says zig, people just don't believe in it. But I think there is a certain way that the Zimbabwean government right now is using to approach zig, which is, you know, I think kind of, you know, terms of patience, you know, terms of discipline. You know, even the IMF guys were in Zimbabwe monitoring the zig, I think for 6 months or whatever, and they've came to a conclusion that thing is stable, that thing is whatever. So we hope they maintain that seriousness, that discipline. They never overprint, because most of the problem in Zimbabwe is just overprinting. Right, government is in a mar, and then you tanga print a mazig, you tanga print a worisa and chita say. That's a bad attitude. So we hope the discipline is maintained. Right, Zimbabwe, let's get to regional news. Let's get to regional news. Nasti pinda pa South Africa. Pane nyaya yakaitika nezuro kwanzi kuKoga, calm restored in Koga after protests and foreign owned shops looted. So iyi nyaya yezinophobia iri kuitika pa South Africa. So tikunzwa police iri kuti Eastern Cape police say 69 suspects will appear in court on Monday in connection with the violent protests and looting. So, when you look at this, you can see that South Africa xenophobia ichiri kuitika 30 June zviya. It seems like it wasn't the end. They're still doing it, because this was 18. The only was 18 July, and it pakaitika zvinhu izvi. So we are not going to really read the whole thing, but mazvinzvira kuti nyaya yacho yakamira sei. And then tiri South Africa ipapapo tine nyaya yaCyril Ramaphosa nageneral ava ma1. Ramaphosa is being accused, nevari kumaaccuse kuti he might have a hand in the passing away yageneral Sindile Mfazi. So let's just read a little bit into the story so you understand. That's protected disclosure documents submitted to Parliament revealed that the late Deputy National Commissioner for Crime Detection, Lieutenant General Sindile Mfazi, whose death is now being treated as a murder, was quietly probing the fallout of the February 2020 burglary at President Cyril Ramaphosa's Palapala farm before his death. So this guy, Lieutenant General Sindile, vanga vachiteverera nyaya yaCyril Ramaphosa yekuti pakabiwa kufamu panyaya yepalapala famu yeye, pakabiwa kufamu, pakabiwa mari, pakabiwa 4 million US dollars in cash, right? Ramaphosa wakashandisa ma-state resources but outside of state procedures. Kurauti wakashandisa police, SAPS, South African Police Services, achishandisa backdoor, right? Command yacho yanga iri backdoor kuti vatevere vanobata mbavha idzi, but zvisiri zvinhu zvafailiwa straight using maprotocols ekufaila police. Zvaingoitwa behind the scenes kuti wakumana itaiso teverai mumubata and kana abahwa iwo uyeye otorerwa mari yaye, and then the whole thing just ends like that. Kana chinhu chose chapera sezvo zvoroti that story was never meant to come to the public, to be heard by the public, and it was more like a cover up. So ndo nyaya yaitevegwa na Lieutenant General Sindile kuti vari kubata Ramaphosa nemhosva yekuti wakashandisa mapurisa emuSouth Africa zvisiri pamutemo, kuti zvisiri under maprocedures anotendegwa neconstitution yeSouth Africa. So Mfesu then all of a sudden ndobva afa. So now you can hear kuti nyaya yacho yava nema-allegations kuti iwe Mfesu wozongofa sei. Isn't it that sezvamaudza ma-protected documents I submit to Parliament ndo ari kurefila kuti Mfesu was on to something, and it so kufa kwake kwava nema-questions. So tapedza pa regional news. Let's get to global trending stories. Tine one big story pa CNN right now. Story vakomana the Tate brothers, Andrew Tate. Mukomana anozikamwa nevazhinji, mukomana anotevedzegwa naShadaya. So Andrew Tate ma problems seems kunge ari kuvatevera vakomana vose naTristan vari tu vasungwa as of it's that this news that as of today, as of today, vakomana vasungwa ku United States of America because of an extradition request iri kubva ku United Kingdom of Britain. UK vari kuti UK iri kupomerana, vakomana vari kuaccuse nenyaya dzerape dzakawandisa. So let's read a little bit into it so that muri kuunderstand kuti one ari pavakomana akamira sei. US Marshals arrested social media influencers Andrew and Tristan Tate in Miami Saturday on an extradition. So it's Saturday, it's not today it's Nezuro. On an extradition request from the United Kingdom following an investigation into sexual offenses reported by 7 victims, according to the UK Crown Prosecution Service. Into sexual offenses reported by 7 victims. UK officials accused the brothers of abusing women in the East of England region just north of London between 2010 and 2017. Andrew Tate, a self-proclaimed misogynist with billions of views online, faces 42 charges, including rape, human trafficking, indecent images of a child, and assault, according to the UK Crown Prosecution Service and Bedfordshire Police. Tristan Tate faces 17 charges, including sexual assault, rape, and trafficking, officials said. Officers from our major crime unity, what. So, Murukunzo, they are facing my charges are serious. And the one. So, before we close today's broadcast, I want to thank you for watching and say, stay tuned pano pamzindo wevanhu padzimutapa times uri pafacebook, and then tichaiposta also kuyoutube inside Africa Network kufacebook, yeah. So tiri kuti every day na 7 come here, Zimbabwe update, and we'll give you the Zimbabwe news and we'll give you everything. So takuudzai nyaya yemagenerals kuti right now pane meeting that yasvika panews desk iri kutiudza kuti magenerals, those ones who are opposing Mnangagwa, they've had a meeting on the way forward. It's like the final meeting to remove Mnangagwa. So this is what's happening. Thank you for watching. Let us see kuti tine vanhu vangani right now. Tine 109 views while it's still live. 28 are currently watching. So yes, musati namuna kukomenda tonoti aisikomendere. Muna kukomenda kureva kuti everything is all right. You are enjoying this, you are getting the information. So let me end this live